Question number 10. Error handling in ScreenFlow. A system administrator has created a ScreenFlow to enable sales team in Future Image Technologies Limited create new prospect accounts quickly from the home page. And when a sales team is not providing all necessary data on the screen, the system throws an error message which the user could not able to understand. So what is the best possible way to solve this issue? So we got four options. One is to create a permission set to bypass error, remove the validations, that prevents user from saving the record, or use fault connector, or have the user to send an email to system admin with a with the error screenshot. So the intent of this question is to test your knowledge as an administrator, how you can how best you can do error handling, especially when you write your business process automation using ScreenFlow, because this knowledge is essential so that the user will not see any technical error message if something goes wrong, because business users typically right cannot understand all the technical error messages, isn't it? So let me first demonstrate the problem, and then we'll just talk about how we can solve this and what is the right option, right option here. So this is the example. So right on the home page, I have a screen to quickly create the prospect account, right? So I got to enter the account name, I got to enter the annual revenue of the prospect account, and then click on next to save it. So now let's say I don't provide any information at all, and then simply click on next. Yeah. And account name, we know that whenever we want to create a new account name is mandatory. But since it is not explicitly mentioned as required, right? User just enters, let's say, the annual revenue as $300,000, and then clicks on next. So the system, throws a message. It says unhandled fault is accept, blah blah blah, right? Contact system administrator, and this is where the business users, right, get confused, correct? Because this is a technical error message, so they cannot understand. No, they don't know what went wrong, right? So we have to change this. We have to change this, and then find a best approach to tell the user what went wrong and what are the next steps. So going back to the options, right? Create a custom permission to bypass error. Of course, this is not the right answer because we don't want to suppress the error, or we don't want to, get away from the error. We just wanted to guide the user, right? Hey, this is the reason it went wrong, and you can try again, or you can just do, these things to get it corrected. So never bypass the error. So option A is incorrect. Option B is just like option A, right? So we should not remove validation rule. This might, introduce data integrity issues later if you just, disable validation rules, right? So do not attempt to disable validation rules or remove validation rules, right? Just for the sake of, getting away from the error. So option A and B both are incorrect. So talking about option C and D, option D, let's talk about it. Have users to send email to system administrator with a screenshot of an error. That sounds like a way to approach this problem, right? A simple screenshot of this error, right, to the system administrator, to the system administrators. Of course, you know, system administrator can later go into the debug log and then see, what was the actual error, etc. But it takes a lot of time for us, for the system administrator, right, to investigate the problem and then come back to the user. Correct? Instead, we need to find a better way, an approach to solve this. So that is possible using option C, which is called fault connector, and display custom error message to the user. So let's see how this is done. Then we'll, come back and then, talk about this option more. So there is an error, as you can see this, right? Let me just refresh this page. Okay, I'm back to this original one, right? So this is the flow that was created to created for creating prospect accounts. So what happens is, so this is the one that creates, this step particularly creates a new account in the system. So if this new account creation, prospect account creation goes wrong, then I can introduce a fault path. And what I can do is I can just introduce a new screen, and I can just name the screen as error message, and I can just bring a text. I can just say error message. I can just type in the message, something went wrong. Please check your inputs. Inputs. We can just say account name is mandatory. Check your inputs and try again. So now I have a message to the user. Try again, account is mandatory. I can just say if the problem still persists, drop an email to sysadmin at futureimage.com. So we can do that as well. So let me just make this bold and give some additional color and make it center aligned. And this one, just make it italic, and I can do additional things as well. So let me just click on say, let me just configure header, configure footer. I will just say custom label will just have okay. Done. Perfect. So now let's see what happens. I'll just save this as a new version. I will do one more thing. Let me also ensure the footer, the previous button is enabled. I'll just say go back. I'll just say back. I'll just say done. Again, save. Let's activate this version. Good. So now let's go back to the home page. Let's refresh this page and let's try to replicate the same error. Yeah. So now you can see this, right? The system is not showing the technical error details. Instead, whatever I configured, right? Whatever I was able to capture in the fault path, right? A new screen, and it clearly says, account name is mandatory. I can just go back and then, now I can just enter the name of the account and the annual revenue and get the account created, right? So this is how you can handle, errors gracefully when you, as an admin, when you create an automation process, right, using ScreenFlow. So the right answer to this question is option C.